Good morning, students. I hope you all are fine and well. Let's start with the chapter number 2, Mountains and Plateaus in India. What we will learn in this chapter: the northern mountains, life in the Himalayas, the peninsular plateau, life in the plateau region. Let's start with the flow chart. Physical division. The northern mountains in India and the peninsular plateau in India comes under the category of physical division. The northern mountains, it is divided into three parts: Greater Himalayas, Middle Himalayas, Outer Himalayas. Peninsular plateau, Central Highlands and the Deccan plateau. Landforms of India can be grouped under 6 divisions. These are northern mountains, northern plains, Thar desert, peninsular plateau, coastal plain, islands. Please underline this. The 6 major physical division: mountains, plains, desert, peninsular plateau, coastal plain and the island. Let me explain with the help of the diagram first. This is the most northern part of India. The northern plains is divided into three parts, that is Greater Himalayas. This first brown line, these are the Greater Himalayas. This is also known as Himadri. The middle line, that is known as Himachal. This is the line of Middle Himalayas. And this is the foothill of the Himalayas. This is Shivalik range, the Outer Himalayas. Rivers like Ganga, Brahmaputra, Yamuna flows from here, from the Greater Himalayas. Let me tell you in detail about the northern Himalayas, northern mountains. In the northern part of India, Himalayas are there. This is a long row of mountains that stretches from Jammu Kashmir in the north to Arunachal Pradesh in the east. Let me explain with the help of some notes. Greater Himalayas, which is also known as Himadri. Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world located here. Some other important peaks are Annapurna, Nanga Parbat, Kanchenjunga. These are the most important peaks of the Greater Himalayas. Himalaya, covered with thick sheet of ice and snow, moves slowly over the land known as glaciers. From the glaciers, many rivers originated. These are Ganga, Yamuna and Brahmaputra. Let's start with the second one. These are Middle Himalayas. This is also known as Himachal. This is covered with thick vegetation of pine and deodar. The plantation like orchards of apple and peaches are very common here. Most people here live in the beautiful hill towns that also attract many tourists during summers. Hill stations like Shimla, Nainital, Darjeeling, Mussoorie, these are very important in the middle range of Himalayas. Outer Himalayas. The Outer Himalaya range is the lowest of the 3 rows of Himalayan range. Please have a look on this. This is the lowest range of Himalaya. The hills of Garo, Khasi, Jayantia and Mizo hills are the part of the Outer Himalayan range. The slope of these mountains are covered with thick forest where a variety of wild animals are found. Crops like rice, wheat, fruits like plums, cherries, apricots are very common here. People live in small villages that practice terrace farming. What is terrace farming? Please note this. Farming that practice on farms built on the steps of the sides of the mountains and hills. This is known as terrace farming. A clear view of terrace farming is also given in your book. This is the perfect picture of terrace farming. Now let's start with the other topic, that is life in the Himalayan region. The life is basically based on the terrace farmings of different crops. The life of the people in some areas of the state of Himalayan region is what they wear, they grow, they make, what they celebrate. Some important states like Jammu Kashmir, Himachal, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh. Let me explain the first state, Jammu and Kashmir. They wear piran, loose gown, and salwar, loose pajamas. What they grow? Saffron, rajma, fruits, maize. What they make? Shawls, carpets, handicrafts of wood, silver, etc. And the famous festival is Eid and Shivratri. Same with Himachal Pradesh and Sikkim. Please have a look on this, and the table is very important. Please learn this. Now come to the next topic, that is importance of northern mountains. Northern mountains are very important because of just few reasons. The first reason is they do not allow the cold wind from Central Asia to enter India. Second is the forest of Himalayas give us wood, medicine, resins, and other useful things. The Himalayas are also known as the home of gods. Many pilgrimage towns such as Haridwar, Rishikesh, Hemkund Sahib and other are located here. So the region of Himalayas or the mountains of Himalayas are very important for us. Now come to the next topic, that is peninsular plateau. Before start explaining the whole concept of peninsular plateau, let me tell you about plateau and peninsula. What is plateau? A type of landform that looks like a huge flat table higher than the surroundings area is known as plateau. Peninsula, the area which is surrounded by water with most of the sides, is known as peninsula. This is a rough diagram of the Indian southern map. This area is known as peninsula because it is covered by water from most of the side, and the Indian peninsula is covered by water by 3 sides. Now come to the concept of peninsular plateau. Please underline this. The plateau region stretches from the central part of India to the southern tip. It is broad towards the north and narrow towards the south. You can see in this picture. This part which is colored, the whole part is peninsular plateau. It is broad from the northern and narrow to the southern tip. In this picture here, you can see the river Narmada divide the plateau in 2 different parts. This is the Central Highlands and this is the Deccan Plateau. You can also see in this diagram very clearly. This is made by me. This is river Narmada. And the upper part is Central Highland. And the lower one is Deccan Plateau. The Central Highland is divided in 2 different parts. That is Malwa Plateau and the Chota Nagpur Plateau. The fine black soil of Malwa Plateau is good for growing cotton, sugarcane and oilseeds. The Chota Nagpur Plateau is rich in minerals such as coal, iron, bauxite, mica, etc. Now let me explain about the Deccan Plateau. The Deccan Plateau is also rich in the part of the Deccan. This part is also rich in minerals. Earlier, most of the gold in India come from the Kolar gold mine situated in Karnataka, that is in Deccan Plateau. Jog Fall, it is the highest waterfall in India. It is also located in Karnataka. So many other states located in Deccan Plateau like Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, etc. Now, the life in Peninsular Plateau. So many states are comes under the Deccan Plateau that we have studied earlier: Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Jharkhand, Orissa, Madhya Pradesh. Some states are here. This table is also very important. Please have a look on this. What are the main cities of Maharashtra? What they grow, what they make, and the famous festivals. Importance of Peninsular Plateau, that I have already told you. The Peninsular Plateau is very rich in minerals. It had led to the development of many factories in this region. Please underline this: rich in minerals and development of many industries in this region. Dams built on this river of this region provide water to the crops, provide electricity using power of water. Some important crops like cotton, oilseeds, cotton. Black soil is very important for the growth of cotton. That is only found in Deccan Plateau. Oilseeds grow well in the Plateau region. Also note this one important point: Ooty, Udgam Mandal, an important hill station also located here. Here I am finishing the chapter. I hope this video helps you to understand the chapter well. Stay safe, stay healthy. See you soon. Thank you.